everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Horror Geek.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Today we are doing a nice summer movie review because it's summer, and if you are a parent, you're probably going to send your kids to summer camp. Gotta love summer camp. I didn't. I was a fat little gay boy who doesn't like doing any sort of outdoor physical activity, so I hated it. But guess what we're going to be reviewing today? We are going to be reviewing Sleepaway Camp. Yay! God, I love this movie so much. If you want to know the pinnacle of the best, worst movie on earth, it's Sleepaway Camp. Sleepaway Camp is amazing. It's just such a fun movie. Sleepaway Camp was released in 1983 and is written and directed by Robert Hiltzik and stars Felissa Rose and Jonathan Tiersten. The film is about a young girl and her young male cousin going to sleepaway camp, have a great summer, but kids just end up dying. And I don't mean kids end up dying like a really nice, easy death. Nope, this shit's fucking brutal. And it's not even just kids that die. I mean, even though this movie is only a $350,000 budget movie, it's pretty brutal. I like it. It's great. So I'm not saying this movie's high quality. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. This movie's not high quality, this thing is not filmed well, and the acting has a lot left to be desired, but holy fucking shit, this is a great movie. And if you're looking for like your typical like 80s slasher, I would definitely recommend seeing Sleepaway Camp because it is very slashery, but it does tackle some harsh subjects such as homosexuality, pedophilia, and people dying that are close to you. Also, having a huge identity crisis is one of the problems as well. In the beginning of the movie, we were introduced to two men along with two children in a boating accident. Their boat turns over, they capsize, and they're just floating in the water trying to get their boat upright. Meanwhile, while they're in the water, an oncoming speedboat is not paying attention to the water in front of them and runs those bitches over and kills almost all of them. There's only one survivor out of the 4 people. And after that boating accident, Angela, our main female character, is sent to live with her very Michael Jackson-esque aunt and her cousin for the rest of her life. So they both go to sleepaway camp. The cousin is very social with a lot of the boys. He's made friends easy, while on the other hand, Angela is very antisocial, obviously scarred from the traumatic events that happened early in her life. And because she's so different and because she's so awkward, a lot of the girls are ruthless bitches towards her. I mean, I hate children, I hate kids, I hate all that, blah, blah, blah. But if you really want to hate a child, a preteen child, watch this movie because Judy is a cunt. And in the beginning, once the bullies stop bullying her, one of the camp counselors takes Angela to go hang out with the cook to see if he can give her something to eat. Turns out, however, the camp cook is a major pedophile because he takes Angela into the pantry, starts unbuckling that belt, getting ready to do unspeakable things. But Angela's cousin finds out, catches him before anything bad happens, and runs, yells, and tells whoever. So therefore, the fat pedophile cannot get Angela. Moments later, we see the fat pedophile cook standing over a huge pot of boiling water, probably for corn. I believe it's corn, but I could be wrong. Then someone grabs the chair that he's standing on to look over the pot, pulls it out from under him, and he just gets boiled water all over him. In one of the coolest special effect makeup things I have ever seen. It's really cool. But there's only one issue I have with this scene is because the editing is so shitty that it's just a close-up of him screaming and steaming. Screaming! Just a close-up of it just lasts forever and I hate it. But he's not dead. He's rushed to the hospital. But I hope he's dead. So after that, Angela and her cousin are just fine. Then another boy decides to bully Angela. And that night, the bully decides to go out in a canoe and have a nice little night rowing session. His boat capsizes, and he's underneath the canoe, and then as he's just trying to get the boat back up, a head pops up in front of him, and he goes, "Oh, you!" And you hear screams, and it fades to black. The next morning, he is found in a boat, probably from drowning. There's a snake crawling out of him. He's all gross looking and shit. That's another character death we have. And then another bully gets killed later on because Angela and her cousin were being bullied by this person. So the guy has to go take a nice A1 shit. So he goes into the bathroom, locks the bathroom stall, starts taking a shit. He's reading a porno magazine, I believe. And up above where he's sitting, the screen where the window is broken. Then you see a pair of hands with a beehive attached to a stick go through the hole in the screen and then drop the beehive. The guy starts screaming. He's getting stung to death. I don't believe you see the kid's face, but you do see a hand, and it's all swollen and stung and fucking gross and shit. It's great. That's one of my favorite deaths in this movie. And meanwhile, while all these deaths are happening, the head main counselor, who is a very, very older gentleman, kind of looks like a rickety old stick, suspects that Angela's cousin is the one who's doing this because he's so protective of Angela, and the fact that he has much more violent outbursts than anyone else here. So he highly suspects that it's this kid who's doing it, and there's no evidence. But this guy has a fucking inkling that this little boy is doing this shit. And then finally you find out not all the boys at this camp are assholes, because there's this one little boy who starts talking to Angela, and they end up liking each other. Angela likes him a lot, he likes Angela a lot. There we go. That's now a budding youth romance movie. And so they start talking, they're having fun, and then one of the female bullies decides to go take a shower in her camp house. Meanwhile, while she's showering, a knife comes out of the shower and stabs her, and she dies in the shower. And then during that same night of the shower, 4 young kids decide to go camping in the woods because sleepaway camp. No, they end up getting hacked to death. All 4 of the little kids end up getting hacked to death. Like I said, this movie is brutal. And then my favorite death comes. The #1 main bitch, fucking cunt-ass Judy. She goes into her camp house to sleep and do her hair with a curling iron. She does her hair with a curling iron. After she's done with the curling iron, she accidentally leaves it on, but it's not going to burn anything. It's in safe. It's in nice condition. And then you see the door open up, and it's the figure of a boy. You don't see who it is. We know it's a boy, but you can't see the face. It's just a giant silhouette of a boy. Then you see a close-up of a hand grabbing the curling iron. And then next is the shot of shadows produced on the wall. You see the hand in the curling iron, and you see Judy's legs open. And then the curling iron gets shoved inside Judy's vagina. She gets stabbed in the vagina with a hot curling iron. What? Now, the movie doesn't show it. It's just a series of shadows on the wall. You don't actually get to see like close-ups of a curling iron going inside of a very young girl's vagina because that's gross. So the bitch is dead. Meanwhile, Angela and her new boyfriend go down to the beach of the lake, and he says, "Let's go skinny dipping." Then the old camp headmaster catches Angela's cousin and beats the shit out of him. Now, everyone knows all these kids are murdered. Everyone now knows people are dying. People are getting murdered. It's great. Carnage is now been breaking out. And after her cousin is caught, we then go to the beach where the other 2 nice camp counselors go looking for Angela. You see the back of Angela. She's obviously naked, stroking the head of her new boyfriend on her lap. Looks like he's laying on her lap and she's stroking his hair. Then one of the camp counselors goes, "Angela!" Then you see that the boy's body and head are not connected. Angela gets up, turns around, holds a hunting knife and the boy's head up to her sides, and she's making this really creepy ass face. She's like, and then the camp counselors are like, "What the fuck?" The camera zooms out, and guess what? She got a dick! She got a dick! Oh my god! So it turns out the character of Angela is actually a boy. Angela, the real Angela, did not survive that boating incident. Her younger brother did. Her younger brother and her gay dad and her uncle, who's just her dad's lover, did not survive. In fact, it is her brother who was brainwashed by Michael Jackson, her aunt, into thinking that Angela was a girl and continued to live his life in the form of Angela. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? It's just so weird. I mean, like, almost like all the kids are dead and Angela's a boy and oh my god, vaginas and curling irons. This movie is insane. It's so shitty, but it's so great, and I love it so much. I showed this to my friends around Halloween time last year when I did a Halloween party, and they'd never seen it before. Oh my god, it was like introducing a new religion to them. It is such an amazing movie. I love this movie so much. I follow almost all the cast members from this movie on Instagram just because of just this one movie. And guess what? The sequels are better! Oh my god. I'm not going to do the face paint rating for this because, frankly, I don't know where my paint is, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you a number. I give this movie a 5. It should be 1,000, but it's still a 5. It's not a well-made movie. But oh my god, I love it. I love this movie so much. This is worth buying. This is worth, like, not even watching it first and then buying. This is worth buying. It may be a 5 movie, but I recommend it a lot. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. Please watch it, because it's amazing. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this review of Sleepaway Camp. I'm going to start trying to do movies as series. So this week, I'm going to buy Sleepaway Camp 2. I've already seen it, but I'm going to buy it so I can watch it again and then do a review of that. Hopefully by next week, I'll be able to have the review out. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I love you all, and please watch Sleepaway Camp!